Justice League Battle for Metropolis. Six Flags Magic Mountain's only dark ride is really underrated. And in today's review, I will tell you why I think Six Flags ride Battle for Metropolis is one of the best in the park. Let's get straight into this. What's up guys, Cam here, and before we get into this video, make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications, and let's get straight into this. In today's video, I will be telling you my review on the only dark ride at Six Flags Magic Mountain. It's Justice League Battle for Metropolis. Now, Justice League Battle for Metropolis is located in the Metropolis section of the park, and me personally, I think that this is a very underrated ride there. I rode it twice when I went to Magic Mountain, and it was so good. I first off just want to give some thoughts on it. I think that this ride is very cool. The animatronics were really well, the screens did really good. The first problem that I had with it is the guns. The guns did not work really well, and they just didn't really shoot on the screen for the first time. They did work the second time, but it didn't really do much after that. But personally, that is just what I thought on the ride. But let's get into how the ride went. So what happens is you start off in a Metropolis-like setting. You're in a 2x3 car, and you have to save Metropolis. So you go in and you're into this little Metropolis section saying Metropolis is under attack. I think that's pretty cool. And then we head into a little Hall of Justice part with a character of some kind. Then we head into some more parts, and we head into a scene with the Joker, Harley Quinn, Lex Luthor, and I think Superman. And what they do is that they capture Superman, and I think that this scene is pretty cool. You do have to fight a bunch of members, and the car moves around a lot, which I think is really cool. And Superman gets zapped, and you say goodbye, and what happens next is that you follow the Joker, and it's probably my favorite part of the ride is right here. It's where you go into the room with the Joker, and right there is the Joker in all of its glory, hitting you with some laughing gas. And I think that this is just a really cool special effects, everything. And then he shoots a barrel and causes a lot of fire, like boom, goodbye. And I think that that's really cool. The Joker animatronic looks really well made, and surprisingly, not a lot of special effects were off. So good job to Six Flags for keeping this ride. This is really good. And then you head into the scene where you have to attack some of the Lex Luthor members, and I thought that scene was pretty cool. And then we go into the next scene where you have to fight Cyborg, or you don't have to fight Cyborg, you have to help Cyborg get into the Lex Luthor building, and I think Batman comes and saves you, and this is really good. This is a really good scene. The whole thing is really well animated. It does kind of look a little bit weird, but I thought that this is really cool. And then you attack a bunch of the Lex Luthor things, and they keep trying to attack you, and Cyborg lets you into the Lex Luthor building, which, what happens next is absolutely insane. You go into the Lex Luthor building, and there's a bunch of people trying to attack you like Lex Luthor and those things. As you get rid of Lex Luthor, spins you around, and then what happens next is you hit some of those guys at the top of there, and then probably my second favorite part of the ride were all those guys trying to attack you, and then the barrels almost collapsing onto you. That was a really cool special effect. I really like that. And then what's happening there is you have to free some of the Hall of Justice members, the Justice League members, and yeah, I freed all of them luckily, and the Flash saves you from all of those Lex Luthor things. And then finally, what happens next is you go into a scene where you're attacking the Joker and his things, and Harley Quinn knocks you down, but you're saved by the Green Lantern, and everybody is saved. And you head into the ending where you see your score, and you see yours ranked by everyone else. And then my favorite animatronic is the Harley Quinn animatronic that just sprays you with laughing gas, which is really funny. But before I give my final thoughts on it, there are a few things that I would like to talk about. The pre-show. The pre-show is really cool. The Cyborg animatronic is really, really good. They're really fluent. It's really good. But the pre-show does kind of drag on. I was able to skip it and go straight to the ride. The biggest upside is the single rider line. And if the line is super long for this ride, which it usually isn't, but when I went, it was. It was a long line. So the single rider line really helped me out, which is really good, really the best part about it. And then one nitpick that I have about this ride is that there needs to be music when you're attacking those things and you're on those like screen things where you're shooting things. There needs to be music. I thought that it was just way too quiet when you can just hear the shooting noises. It was way too quiet, and I didn't really like that. But now it is time for my final review on Justice League Battle for Metropolis. What are my thoughts on the ride? I think that this ride is the second best ride that I went on, only being beat by Goliath. My top 3 is Goliath, Justice League Battle for Metropolis, and then X2. Justice League is such an underrated and fun ride. I think that this ride really needs a longer line. It's the only dark ride at Six Flags Magic Mountain, and it really fits in well. I love this ride, and I will probably be going on it every time that I go to Magic Mountain. It is just an insane lovable ride, and that is just what I think about this ride. What do you think? Make sure to tell me down in the comments below what you think about this ride, and make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications, and make sure to check out some of my other reviews, like on X2 and Goliath and Riddler's Revenge. But I will see you all in the next one. Goodbye.